I'm in front of the provincial courthouse in Surrey again, so if you are a Rebel News follower, you know why I'm here. It's Yaniv. It's the never-ending saga of Jonathan, Jessica, Yaniv, Simpson. It's very hard to keep up with the names. Also hard to keep up with the court cases between suing or assaulting my colleagues, which is actually why I'm here today. Today is the day that Yaniv was scheduled to put in a plea about what he did right here in this courthouse to my colleague, Keean Bexte. He totally attacked him. And that's not the only one. The same thing has happened to my other colleague, David Menzies. And Mama Yaniv, I guess it runs in the family, because in front of this courthouse as well, Mama Yaniv almost took off my other colleague, Sheila Gunn-Reid's head. So on that note, I have 2 security guards with me here today to make sure that I'm safe, and we'd really appreciate if you can help us cover the cost to bring you the other side of the story safely. You can head to yanivtrial.com. That's where you can catch up on this whole never-ending saga, but you can also donate if you're able to keep us safe while we report. So it's been about an hour since Yaniv was supposed to show up. No sign of Yaniv at all. I'm not sure if it's a no-show or maybe it's going to be a teleconference or something like that. Either way, we are following the story through an app to hear what's going on, and Yaniv's counsel is inside. But like I said, Yaniv hasn't showed up at the courthouse today. Now, when I say we are following, this is Chris Elston. You may recognize Chris from a report I already did when Chris put up an I Heart J.K. Rowling billboard in Burnaby, BC, and it caused a huge outroar. Make sure you follow that story at rebelnews.com. You don't want to miss it. But Chris, what has brought you here and got you wearing this sign at Yaniv's court case today?
So on January 13th of this year, I was here for one of Jessica Yaniv's court hearings. That's the day that Amy Ham, a freelance reporter, a young mom, and a registered nurse just tried to use the washroom, opened the door, saw Jessica Yaniv and their mother at the mirror. She immediately backed out. 5 minutes later, Jessica Yaniv came roaring down the corridor, accusing her of voyeurism. Later went on Twitter saying that they were sexually assaulted, had to call an ambulance, had to go to a rape shelter, just crazy nonsense. That's the same day also that Jessica Yaniv assaulted Keean Bexte of Rebel News outside the courthouse here. So there's a plea hearing today for Jessica Yaniv. They are 112th on the list this morning, and we believe they're doing it via teleconference. But we're watching it all live through an app, so we'll be here to report whatever happens there. Right,
so as you can see, the story is it's a lot. There's a lot of twists, a lot of tangles. So I'm going to remind you, check it all out at yanivtrial.com if you haven't already. I'll touch base with you if we do end up hearing if anything else happens to it today. But no matter what, Rebel News will be following Yaniv closely. And I guess Chris Elston is as well. All right, Yaniv's matter was just called. Couldn't hear if Yaniv was present for it at all. It's hard to say since we're not allowed to actually tune in physically. But Yaniv's counsel did request for this to go to trial. So that is the order that they want to take this. Crown did remind counsel that first an arraignment is needed. They need a plea of some sort. So that has been pushed forward to November 6th, and we will be covering that closely. Right here, I have Carrie Simpson with me, who you might have seen before. She follows Yaniv closely, and she's been involved with advocating for Donald Smith. The disabled online reporter who we showed you in a recent report was threatened at this very courthouse by Yaniv.
Don't follow me. Don't follow me. Don't follow me, Donald. No, I'm asking you not to come near me. So stay over there and back off.
Don't need to. This is public.
Go ahead, cross the road.
Public.
Don't follow me. You want me to run you over?
Oh, we got that as a threat now. He literally threatened to run me over. Commit homicide.
I'm asking to back off.
As a member of the public, I share the public interest in what is transpiring in the courts, the amount of court resources that are being used, the amount of law enforcement resources that are being used for the constant issues involving this individual by the name of Jessica Jonathan Yaniv. So today's proceeding was of interest as I'm logging all of the court appearances so the public knows exactly what this is costing them. But today's hearing, again, I think they could have got a lot more business done. Yaniv made it very clear that he wanted to go to trial at the last appearance, but again, the judge kind of looked questioningly at the counsel for best we can see, because of course everything's video, COVID, the new way of doing court. But again, we'll be back on now November 6th for arraignment. Then the case will proceed to a pretrial conference. Yaniv had an articling student make the appearance for his lawyer, who is named Michael Calvich, I think. And, she seemed to be a bit confused as to protocol and procedures, but certainly Crown made it clear that they needed to go to arraignment before they scheduled the pretrial conference. And the court has to have some jurisdiction over the case and what's happening at the various stages. And it also seems that Crown has not yet dedicated a crown to represent the people in this matter. So that's another little order of business that will be taken care of between now and November 6th.
And you'll be there?
One way or another, video link, snow, whatever. Again, the public interest in this matter now, I think we all think Yaniv is basically a bad nightmare. Regrettably, it's the nightmare that continues to plague our courts and our law enforcement agencies. On the civil front, Yaniv has a number of cases going. I do believe now we have some movement within the courts now to recognize that this might be an abuse of court resources. At the last hearing that was scheduled, the senior administrator, the regional administrative judge, seized himself of the matters involving the civil issues with Yaniv. So we're just going to go up to the court registry now and check the files, because you never know what's going to be in there. At the last hearing, there were supposedly 5 applications. We were only aware of 3, so surprise, surprise.
Yes, lots of surprises. Head to yanivtrial.com to catch up. And also, if you are able to, that is also where you can donate to help keep us safe when we're reporting, which is a major concern.
No, it's essential.
Yes.
It's essential.
It's essential when covering Yaniv. Bringing you the other side of the story on Yaniv costs a lot of money, unfortunately. So if you'd like to support the cause, please head to yanivtrial.com. We had 2 bodyguards today to make sure that I am safe in bringing you this story. So we appreciate any type of support you can give us.